Welcome back to this Live Sunday Talk Show here on the Arise News channel. Nzeako is our next guest. He's a lawyer who has followed the election management body with a lot of interest, and he now joins us to have, great insights, to share his views with us on some of the latest developments. Great to have you here.
Many thanks.
Thank you for joining us. Quickly.
Great.
The INEC chairman, a few days ago, was talking about issues-based campaign. And I was saying that, look, INEC is going to release by September 20 the list of presidential candidates. But on the issue of issues-based campaign, what's your assessment so far? Because the political parties have even started the campaign ahead of the September 20 deadline.
Yes, they have.
What do you think?
They have, both subtly and outwardly. They have started a campaign, and a lot of their supporters have already started the big brats that go with campaigns. But I agree with INEC chairman that the campaign should be based on issues, because there are so many problems facing Nigerian nation as of today, and then the new government that is going to be formed next year should be able to tackle those problems. But they should be able to understand what, and let the citizens know how they intend to tackle those problems. It is not enough to promise the people that you will provide employment. It's not enough to promise them that you're going to improve our educational standard. It's not enough to promise the people that you're going to rejig the economy. The important thing is, how are you going to do that? And that is, I believe that is what the INEC chairman meant when he said the campaign should be based on issues and not on mudslinging, not on unnecessary banters and name calling and bringing out the negatives here and there. What is important to Nigerians and what the whole world is expecting is that the issues should be addressed critically. How, when, and how are you going to do whatever you promise the people? Because we have found out from experience that promises are made at campaigns, and politicians very easily renege on those promises. And people have to be able to look at the deliverables. If you say you are going to do this, what are the measures you intend to put in place as a president or as a governor or even as a legislator? What are the laws that you need to touch to improve the lives of Nigerians as a legislator? What are the things that you're going to do differently from what we are seeing today that will move Nigeria to where we want to be? We say that 70 to 80% of our, or rather 60% of our crude production is stolen. What measures and steps are you going to put in place to ensure that the theft is minimized? How are you going to increase our electricity production to the people and the distribution to the people to ensure that the energy requirement of Nigerians are met? These are basic things that Nigerians should ask critical questions about and expect to get raw answers from the politicians, and not just dance on the podium and come down, wait for the time, and people go queue up, vote, and then the charade continues. We don't expect such charade to continue come 2023.
Well, the concern has been expressed that, look, INEC nominations, that most of the persons who have been proposed as INEC commissioners filling available vacancies, they are members of the APC.
Yes.
Partisan, compromised persons. What do you say about that? Is the allegation proven as alleged? And what danger do you think that poses?
The allegation is valid, and it is not just an allegation. There are critical examples that Nigerians can easily point at. The particular one that raised a lot of hue and cry with Madam Loretta Onochie, even when the government continued to insist that she will be made a National Commissioner of INEC, without the hue and cry, she wouldn't have been dropped. And there are so many other people that have been recently appointed or nominated for appointment as commissioners and national commissioners and resident electoral commissioners and national commissioners that are manifestly partisan people. There's a professor in Bayelsa that is a card-carrying member, yes, in Bayelsa, as a card-carrying member of the ruling party. It is expected that a ruling party, especially Mr. President, that has promised to give Nigerians the best election, you start by giving Nigerians the best election management body by the people who will be in charge of those elections. If manifestly partisan people are in charge, you expect the end from the means. So Nigerians are not crying wolf what they are seeing is worrisome. And INEC should, as much as possible, try to be above board. And like they always ask, that the critical stakeholder, the major critical stakeholder in election management is the electoral umpire. If the umpire is not impartial, then the result of whatever exercise will be a waste.
Okay, let me ask you this question. The major concern that has been expressed in some quarters is that security is going to be a major challenge in this 2023 electoral process.
Yes.
How serious is that threat in your view?
Yeah, it is very serious. Recall that even one of the previous elections, I think that of 2015, security affected it. The insecurity situation did not allow the election to take place, and it had to be shifted. It's even worse today, even though in most of the fringe elections that we've had in states, because they are standalone elections, the whole forces of security were moved in, where you were having over something thousand policemen to secure election in just one state. This time around, we're going to have election in 36 states plus FCT. So how many of such security men, police, armed forces, and even immigration and custom, all of them are now brought out? It's obvious that security is going to be a challenge. But it is important that when you appreciate the level of challenge that you have in any situation, you will now begin to make arrangement for it. INEC and the security agencies should work in close contact to ensure that those flash points, those areas where the security situation is worse than others, are adequately handled. And the government has a responsibility to not only secure INEC materials, but secure the voters and the electoral management officials. These are very, very important. Otherwise, our election will not deliver what is expected. Okay,
I would like to thank you very much, Mr. Fred Nzeako, for joining us on this Live Day Sunday Talk Show. Thank you very much indeed.